Typing's so good. All right, back on track. How swamp insiders and media goons develop the narrative or the story du jour they want out there. Is the story true? Never. Doesn't matter. They keep going anyway. Step one, find some anonymous, not anonymous to them, but to you, disgruntled swamp rat to pitch your bullshit story to. They're like, wait, isn't it supposed to work the other way? Hey, Guy, right? Like disgruntled insiders go to the meeting and go, I'm a whistleblower. I've got some, right? That's how it's supposed to work, correct? But that's not how it works. No, what? No, that's not how it works at all. Media people they already have a story written. Story is like, Dan Bongino, man, he cut himself with a razor. He's got to learn to shave better. That's their story. Whether I cut myself with a razor or not is totally irrelevant. There could be no blood on the face. They just want to make you look like your physical skills are waning or something. He keeps cutting himself with a razor. They go out to a guy, they'll be like, hey, Ken, I need a favor. When you were at the FBI, did you witness Dan Bongino shaving? No, not really. Are you sure? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, good. Did he ever cut himself? Well, I'm not really sure I saw. You just said you did. Did he cut himself? Yes, he cut himself. So that's how they pitch it the other way. So in the media business, I was working with a writer one time on a project. He said they call these people quote machines, where you go to the whistleblower as with the story. He then pitches as his own because he's your quote machine. So a perfect example of this, I'll show you exactly what I mean. You got receipts. Receipts, kids, receipts. You don't have receipts, don't bother, right? You know the show's all about receipts, right? Here's this New York Times piece. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They had a story, keep this up for a second, Guy. They had this story written in advance. Trump's politicized FBI has made Americans less safe. Keep that on the screen for a second. July 5th, 2025. All they did was take this narrative they had built out in advance. Donald Trump's making America less safe. The FBI's been totally politicized. They go to a bunch of quote machine leakers and losers who totally screwed the FBI up, which is going to take a long time to fix, by the way. It's not going to happen overnight, I promise. Even over the past year, we made a lot of progress. But they go to them and say, hey, we're going to write this story about the FBI being politicized, being less safe. Here's a couple of quotes. Okay, that sounds good to me. That's exactly what I would say. America less safe. Gee, you have that Epic Times thing here? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you basing that on where? Espionage arrests? They're up. China-related espionage arrests? Those are up dramatically. What about agent applications? Oh, those are up. What about the murder rate? Oh, that's down. 764 arrests? Surely we got them there. No, those are up too. What about terror plots? We haven't had an organized terror group conduct a successful attack, an organized terror group from overseas. What are you talking about? 640 people arrested. What are you talking about? You're supposed to be journalists, right? Back it up. Just back it up. You said America's less safe. Back it up. This is how they were. So that's step one. Find some disgruntled dipshit, give them a quote, feed the quote machine in, and they go back and go, yeah, America's less safe, man. What are you basing it on? I don't know. You told me to say it. Dipshits. Here's step two. This one, I promise when you see this one, you'll never unsee it, but a lot of people miss this one. I haven't gotten to go through this with you, Jim, so you're sitting, but this one's a good one. You paying attention? Take notes on this one. This is the ox's gourd effect, I'll call it. Once you see this in lib media narrative articles, you'll never miss it now. Let's say there's a conservative podcaster they hate, and you can go through the list of them. Even Republican, conservative, libertarian, whatever. If it's not a non-Democrat podcaster is the best way to say it, right? As long as you're not on their team, you're the enemy, right? What they'll do is they'll attack that person relentlessly. Joey Bag of Donuts. They'll be like, conspiracy theorist, Joey Bag of Donuts. But if Joey Bag of Donuts says something against, say, me or Cash or anyone else they need to gore that day, they'll be like, respected conservative journalist. You dipshits just wrote this guy was a conspiracy. Tell me it's not true. It is you will totally say, I could give you 1,000 examples of it right now. All these guys, they'll be like, inside whistleblower. Meanwhile, 6 months ago, you were attacking this guy. It's hilarious to read. You'll see it all the respected podcaster, Joey Bag of Donuts. And then a week later, when they need Joey Bag of Donuts to go down, they'll be like life loser, zero, conspiracy theorist, kicks dogs. And you'd be like, this is the same guy, bro. See it? You'll never unsee it. So again, step one, feed a quote to some disgruntled swamp rat who doesn't want to lose his retirement package. Second, make sure you use the Ox's gourd effect and turn everybody against one another. They love doing this. There's nothing more they like than conservative, libertarian, Republican infighting. Nothing more. Step three, it then becomes the current thing. You know I hate the current thing. This is a liberal thing. Liberals go along with every single current thing. They never ask any questions. You're like, hey, I think it's a good idea. Someone about like a decade ago was like, I got this idea. I think we should allow men in the women's room. What the hell? Like, who thought of such a freaking stupid idea? But the liberals are like, wait, is this the current thing? And of course, the narrative spreads on X and elsewhere, and Blue Sky, where all the liberals are, and others, and on the Reddit forums. And they're like, what a liberal person, you know, they like the Kank or someone at the Young Turds, right? You know, Kank? Yes, they all support the current. They're like, well, Kank said it or whatever. So it's like they love it. All they need to do, because they're little lemmings, is hear the current thing, and they're like, yes, this is the current thing. I definitely want to see a penis in the women's room. This is perfect. Meanwhile, 95% of America is like, that's fucking crazy, man. Like, what are you guys, lunatics? Folks, they're trying to instill this on the right, too. I've warned you about this for a long time. Be really, really careful with this. It's what I call my cannibalism theory. Where they, remember the cannibalism theory? If you were a listener to my radio show or podcast, they know, the liberal media folks and people trying to divorce this movement from the inside, right? They understand that there are influencers or whatever you want to call them out there, that the second Donald Trump got into office, their MO is to make money. Not all of them. I'm not bashing everyone, but they're, and you know who they are. They've got to make money. Their livelihood is clickbait. Okay, I have separate investments in my own business. Like I told you, I'm a capitalist. I like the show. I love the show. We don't need the show. We do the show because we want to do the show. But the people on the left, they do the same thing. I told you in the cannibalism theory, they'll eat each other alive for clicks. I never thought, this is where I got to tell you, I was a little bit blindsided. I'm usually pretty good at kind of licking my finger and seeing where the winds are blowing. I missed that. When Donald Trump got elected, I was like, my gosh, so much is happening so fast. Like I thought there was going to be like a champagne popping party. And I'm not talking about the FBI stuff. Forget that. I'm talking about in general. And yet you get doomers and black pillars and others who all they do is shit talk the administration at every single opportunity. It's because they don't have anyone else to eat up but their own right now. And they find clicks in, oh, I would have done it. But you would have done shit, man. You're sitting on your ass in front of your ex account watching like tentacle porn. You wouldn't have done a damn... What? Remember that reporter at that time? You know, we used to use that on the radio a lot. You wouldn't have done shit, man. You're talking a bunch of smack. You wouldn't have done anything. Donald Trump had the balls to do all this stuff. Iran, Venezuela. I'm not even a huge tariff guy, but listen, all the doom and gloom about it didn't turn out to be true. 5% GDP projected, 0 illegal border crossings, a 20% drop in the homicide rate. Oh, I don't like it. You would have done it different. Oh, you're full of shit, man. You know what the hell you're talking about. So all I'm telling you is accountability matters. Accountability and transparency are paramount. But don't lie about it. Nothing happened. No, it did happen. You're just full of shit. And you're falling for the current thing. And you're eating up your own side because you got nothing else to do. And just tell people. Just tell people why you're doing it. Just be candid. Because that shit drives me crazy. And by the way, most of the people talking smack, doing this, eating up our own side on this movement, this MAGA movement and elsewhere, never did a damn thing themselves. And by the way, never had any idea what was actually going on. I love how some of them pretend to be big insiders. I got all these deep contacts. And then something happens that the president of the administration does, and they look blindside. Wait, I thought you were an insider. And I thought you just said that wasn't going to happen. The president was going to do X. You said the president will never do X. Then he does X, and then you move on. No one ever mentions it again. It's like, hey, are you ever going to be accountable for bullshitting your audience about the stuff you said isn't happening? All right, I got to take a break, and then I want to get to